All right, who did something interesting they'd like to share? Anybody? All right, everybody ready? We're going to do this loud and proud on 3 on me. 1, 2, 3. Woo. I am not scared of tests. Because I'm confident. I am confident. That I know the material. I would like to read more than that. Go ahead.
The color of the skin is no way connected with strength of the mind or
intellectual.
Yeah, how Benjamin
Banneker.
Oh.
Now he had to say that because back when he was living, and even some people now believe that because of the color of your skin, you're not as smart. And so he had to prove that he was smart as a black man because there were so many false narratives put out about black intelligence. Even now, black intelligence is a lot of bad narratives put out. But the truth is, brilliance comes in every color. Creativity comes in every color. Okay? But he did a lot of great stuff. Because what you're going to learn this African American Black History Month is through Africa or African Americans, most of the things in the world that are important were invented or contributed to. There's nothing that you could think of that wasn't. From food to inventions to all other kind of stuff. Okay? I'll show you a quick video on him, then we'll get ready for work today.
Benjamin Banneker can best be described as a mold breaker. He was born in 1731 in Ellicott's Mills, Maryland. As a child, he attended a Quaker school, one of the few institutes that offered integrated education, and he put what he learned into practice. At just 15, he developed an irrigation system for his family farm. When he was 21, a friend gave him a pocket watch, which he promptly took apart to figure out how it worked. But he was not simply satisfied by understanding the mechanism. He needed to make his own. So Banneker built his own clock from scratch. And it was so well engineered, the mechanism so precise, that it struck on the hour, every hour, for the next 40 years. Banneker's clock gained him a reputation, catching the eye of a famous clockmaker, Joseph Ellicott. He helped Ellicott build a complicated clock, and in return, Ellicott loaned him scientific books and instruments for astronomical study. He taught himself everything there was to know about science and math, particularly astronomy. He began using what he learned to predict weather patterns and plan agricultural methods. He even predicted a solar eclipse in 1789, successfully contradicting many notable minds of the time. Seeing the practical applications of his work, Banneker began publishing Benjamin Banneker's Almanac in 1792, and it was a wild success. It contained information on weather patterns, farming practices, and was basically a how-to guide for agricultural life. The Almanac also included political writings, such as a plan of a peace office for the United States, which caught the attention of Thomas Jefferson, and the two exchanged several letters. Banneker even implored Jefferson about the evils of slavery, advocating for abolition. When it came time for President Washington to appoint a commission to survey the site of the new capital, Washington, D.C., Jefferson made sure Banneker's name was on the short list. Banneker worked closely with French architect Pierre L'Enfant to plan the capital. But L'Enfant was notoriously difficult to work with and was known for his explosive temper. As a result, L'Enfant was dismissed from his post before planning could be completed. And in what could have been a devastating move, L'Enfant took a year's worth of the plans with him. Just when it seemed that the team would have to start from scratch, Banneker saved the day and the capital. In 2 days, Banneker recreated L'Enfant's designs entirely from memory. He redrew every street and stream and building, effectively saving the capital as we know it. Banneker died in 1806 at the ripe old age of 75. So next time you're in Washington, D.C., the next time your dad refers you to the Farmer's Almanac for all the information you could ever need, remember that we owe that and so much more to Benjamin Banneker, the first African-American scientist.
All right. Now, who did not get the worksheet from yesterday? All right. You want to watch cartoon, huh? But who did get the worksheet from yesterday? Okay. Yeah, I think that's two. Is that one or two? Alright, pass that back to Will. You got yours, baby? What up? Alright, anybody else? Alright, wake up, buddy. You got yours yesterday? That man, come on out, man. You ain't learn nothing about Benjamin Bell. Okay? Shh, shh, shh. That's one thing about this generation y'all have to understand, that the world existed before y'all. Okay? Alright. So how you do the first part is you have to understand and make a congruency statement, which is similar to what I got on the board. Okay? You're proving that the sides are congruent. So I'll do B to show you exactly how to do this here. Alright? So we got B, side BB is congruent to what? For number 2, side CB is congruent to what? AC, okay? And what? Side what? BE is congruent to what? Side what? What's BE congruent to?
BA.
Look at this. What other side got this on it? With the circle? With the 2 lines? CE. Very good. Now, what other 2 things are congruent? And why? What other 2 things are congruent and why? Come on, use your brain. You're smart.
It's not working right now.
What's the last line of triangle? We haven't done DE yet, right? Is that congruent to AE?
No. Yeah.
Yes.
How would you know that? What does E represent? The midpoint, right? And anytime you have a midpoint, you create 2 what? If you cut something in half, what do you create?
2 congruent sides.
2 congruent halves, right? So if this is the midpoint, it cut DE and AE in half. So that's why both of them are congruent. And so now, since you got 3 congruent sides, what is it called? Which one of these? Is it SSS or SAS?
SAS. No, SSS.
SSS. Very good. Side, side, side. Okay? Now the rest of these, you got 1 up here. The rest of these you're going to do on your own.
Oh, hell.
I mean, yeah, might not like that, but that's what you got to do. All right, now. Now, let's look at 7. We're going to review how to do these 2-column proofs again. We've already done that, so let's review these 2-column proofs again. Now, so AM is congruent to CP. All right? What is that called? What would you put there in number 1?
Given.
Given. That's what they done told you it was. So also CM is congruent to GP. That's also what?
Given.
Given. Okay? And AG, that's also what?
Given.
Given. AC is congruent to what?
AG.
AG. No, not AG. AC is congruent to what?
CG.
CG.
Oh, yeah.
Why? What would you put there? They said that C was the what?
Definition of midpoint.
Midpoint. So you will put here definition of midpoint, right? And so then triangle ACM is congruent to triangle CGP. Why? Because of what?
SSS.
Side, side, side. Okay? That's how you do that and the rest of these two column proofs. Now, yesterday for number 11, yesterday's video will help you with number 11. Okay? Because number 11, we already did that. Okay? So, this is it for this lesson here. Y'all gonna have a great day. All right? But